What up, y'all? It's your boy Kaizen, your favorite monster hunter. These are new worlds after all. And today I've got a world tour. Wow, what a world tour. A guide for all the 3 world bosses that we have so far. First up, let's talk about a few things. First is the offset gauge. As soon as you see the world boss slowly going for that special attack, you don't need to fill up your offset gauge all the way to the max. You can just tap it and it'll work right away. However, if you do want the maximum value out of your offset gauge, which will give us a huge damage modifier towards the boss be groggy, then yes, you're gonna have to charge it up as soon as possible and trigger that offset just before the monster gauge fills up. Secondly, it is timed and it does record your damage based off of how long you've been DPSing it. So it's basically a moving sandbag with gimmicks. You got a bunch of consumables that you can use. You got warlords, you got your undiluted stat potions. You also have vitality potions if you need the HP to survive some of the hits. And last but not least, the HP consumables do not have a use count. It does not have a limit to it, so keep chugging them if you can, because using a token will reduce the timer by 30 seconds. Very, very, very important to keep your health topped up just in case you make a small mistake that lead up to a bunch of mistakes, and vice versa. Now our first boss is gonna be our little mushroom head Tenebrae. You're gonna have these normal attack patterns that has lots of toxins and AoE attacks. Whenever you see this purple flaming field, they will explode first, especially if they cascade out. So you wanna step into it first, dodge his attack, and then step back in. Good job, me. And then it's followed up by an offset attack. A little bit of groggy. Now, when Tenebrae says this whole place, he's going to have a field of toxin, of poison, that's going to surround both sides of the screen. Now, this safe zone will move with you. You can see the difference in color, that the ones with a purple hue is not a safe zone. The ones without is a safe zone. And you're gonna be moving with him every time he roars or every time he jumps. It's gonna move, and you basically just want to follow along while keeping the toxin barriers in mind. You can see that he has toxic flames on the floor. You can jump over them, but I like to run around. When he jumps, you will see this huge jump sign. All you gotta do is just jump. As soon as he lands, it's gonna move again. You'll also notice that the flames have scattered. You wanna go around it, go inside, flames again, jump, and then you're basically gonna keep doing this until you're at the center again. You can see that the direction for the offset has appeared. You want to stand right in front of him, not behind, and you don't have to be all the way here. You just need to be right in front of him, and then just use your offset and the gimmick. Lots more jumping. Some of these attacks, like the toxic discharge, they're fairly simple to dodge and maneuver around. With this one, for example, he's just gonna keep breathing poison at a certain direction, and then he's gonna move backward. All you gotta do is just hide behind him. When he starts to spin, you want to run away from him, and he's going to do 3 quakes. Those are which you would have to jump over to dodge them. It's called corrupt ground. You'll see the bar, and you will see a flash of purple go out of him. That's your signal to jump over it. He's gonna do that a few more times. After the second one, she's gonna slowly build up this red circle, and what you want to do is you want to wait for the purple smoke to disappear first, revealing that it's an offset attack. Use the offset and you got yourself a groggy. Some more attack patterns are pretty easy to dodge. Another offset attack. Groggy right here. You see it's at 178 for offset stage 4. When he says let me show you something fun, it's another major gimmick. This time he will have 3 red mushrooms, and your goal is to lead Tenebrae to disable them. And the way to do that is you're going to have a yellow zone on you. Whenever you see yellow zones, you want it to be on top of these red mushrooms. You see that you have a 3 mushroom counter here. Every time there's a yellow zone on you, you want to put it on the red zone to remove 1 counter. The first one is going to be a jump. He's always going to do it as close to you as possible. So what you could do is move him to the second or the middle mushroom, or keep moving to the far left or the far right so that the yellow target will hit the mushroom. When he hits that, it's going to emanate all over the screen, and it's gonna make the red mushrooms explode as well. The second attack is gonna have a yellow circle following you. You want to stay at one of the red mushrooms until the inner yellow circle stops filling up. Once it stops filling up, you can start moving, and you can go back inside to avoid the jump. After that, he'll do it again, jump to the second mushroom, and then he's gonna do that same thing again. Gonna emanate and do those 2 jumps again, and then you'll have a groggy. Once he surrounds the entire map with toxins, you will have a very small safe window. Your job here is again to dodge all his attacks, and you wanna deplete his toxin gauge with offset attacks. You'll have a bit of time to take care of them, but every time you use the offset, it will deplete the gauge and end the gimmick. So after you do the first offset, he will do 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3. And then you jump. Again, miss that one. Offset. Oh, I barely missed that one. Do another offset. He's going to do a pizza gimmick. You want to go to the vacant one, and then another offset attack. Gonna dodge, keep dodging, jump, go inside, and then offset. Good stuff. And then we kind of just keep doing this until we survive all of 5 attacks. He has toxin discharge now, where you absorb the orbs that are coming to him. All you need are the 3 orbs that are on top of your character. You absorb 3, and a safe zone will appear. That's 1, That's 2. That's the 3rd one. And then you'll see there's a field of red mushrooms with a green area underneath it. You want to stand in there before the gimmick finishes, and you get to avoid the attack. And that's pretty much it. You just want to avoid the purple smoke because it's going to explode. You want to offset them as much as you can. As you'll see with the rest of the world bosses, it'll give you that much needed DPS window. If you got one burst skill, you'd want to use it there. And that's pretty much it. So here's me completing the mushroom gimmick. Remember, after you clear one mushroom, you go back inside for the save zone, and then after that, offset, and then you get a groggy. This one is me clearing the toxic area. Once you hit 2 minutes, or be mindful of the time that you spend in these fights, because there will be stages where the boss will start to do more damage or start to have more HP or some other condition. So not only do you have to stay cautious, but you want to watch out for these bonuses, because these apply to the boss and will catch you off guard if you're not prepared. And then here's the last gimmick. After you find the save zone in the mushroom, she's going to do a series of attacks, and this one is called Torn to Pieces. The entire floor is going to be covered in a red zone. You want to look for a red mushroom with a green area on it. That's basically your cue to stay safe in that area. And before the bar fills up, go there and then you're safe. You jump, or better yet, you offset him to cancel, and then when you have time left, she's going to do this not bad gimmick, and you're going to have a fan of damage that's gonna go clockwise. You just want to follow the safe zones. There will be corrupt ground followed, so keep going around and keep jumping. Dodge the damage circles and offset, and that's it. After that final gimmick, if you have plenty of time left over, his gimmicks will cycle back again, and that's basically Tenebrae. This world boss is going to be Calamitas, and his main gimmicks are mostly gonna be larvae and these nuclear looking things. Every time he goes for a nuclei or a nucleus, you will see that offset, and you wanna do it fairly quickly and a little bit up front with him, because when he does attack, his offset location will shift to the left. But don't let that confuse you. As long as you're in the front, you'll be able to inflict the offset damage. Also, he will have a recurring pattern with these explosions. Notice when they form, whenever he forms a a damage circle, he swipes his tail. There will be purple tiles or purple smoke that's gonna come towards him. If the purple comes towards him, the red area will explode first, and then the purple. However, if the purple comes out of him, then the purple will explode first, and then the circle. So purple explosion, and then the red. And then of course, whenever possible, offset when you can. Just look for that magic arrow. Fallout of Decay, he will cover the entire floor with that purple smoke. Your goal is, after all of it explodes, you want to look for this shattering purple orb. That's your cue to step inside and be safe from the incoming attack. Okay, this is one of our first major gimmicks. It's gonna spawn 4 wormholes. Each wormhole that he dives into, that purple energy is gonna escape out. So you wanna step inside the red circle first. If there's a nucleus, he will always go for an offset attack. That's your goal to do it. Since there's another one, he's gonna do it again. Now remember, if you do the offset, the red circle will disappear, but the purple energy will still explode. So keep in mind the orientation of the purple energy. If it's heading towards the circle, step into the purple energy first. His next gimmick, he will say, "I'll dig into you." He will have a number counter here, followed by a march of little me's. This one is pretty easy. He's gonna be at the center, and there will be purple zones where a bunch of little larvae are gonna hop out. Your goal is to offset these larvae. The longer you hold the offset, the more you'll take out of the number counter. And then there will be another nucleus here. You want to step in between them and then offset. Another example of the incoming and outgoing purple energy. So this gimmick, when you see this setup and you have a target on you, you want to match the target with the color of the orb. So this one is gray. There is a gray orb on the left side, and he's charging up to fire a gray colored breath attack. So this gray attack will land wherever the target was, and then it will move to the right. For the purple breath, it will land on you, and then it will move to the left. And as soon as you have these orbs activated, for example, the gray orb has been hit by the gray homing attack, then the orb will inflate, and then you'll have a safe zone for and exclusively for the gray breath attack, and then same goes for the purple. You'll also notice that when you have the target on you, there are 2 circles. One is the inner circle, which locks in on you. As soon as that is filled, then the outer circle then the entire circle will stay on that location where you stop, and then the outer circle will finish filling up, landing the attack. So the inner circle has finished filling up, and now it's stuck in this location. I've aimed it at the gray orb, so when I step on it, I'll be protected. You'll also notice that the swirling energy near the boss's mouth is gray. Well, it's definitely not purple, so I know that the next attack is gonna be a gray colored breath. So now I just gotta wait until the initial explosion lands, and then I can run towards my little safe zone. Okay, here's the purple breath. Fortunately, I got murked by it. He'll do this a few times. And then he'll go to the center, and then you'll see that he's starting to emanate another breath attack. That's your cue to step inside one of these orbs. If it's gray, stay inside the gray. If it's purple, stay inside the purple. This one happens to be gray, so I was able to stay safe from it. If you see too many circles, don't worry, there are pockets where you can stay safe from it. But I want you to prioritize looking for these offset arrows, because you want to stand in front of them and get ready to offset. And if you are worried about not filling the gauge, again, it's not a problem. As long as you see the monster's offset symbol appear, fire away. You don't need to charge it up. There's the groggy. I'm just gonna do a series of attacks again. If you see a long red attack, that one is gonna come first before the circles. And then you can use the center as the safe zone. Same thing here, where the safe zone is a little bit more skewed to the side, so you have more room up top. And then here, I noticed that there is an offset arrow at the bottom right, and also the nucleus, so that's my cue to run up to it and start charging up my offset, so that when he pops up, I can fire away. This flesh gnawing pain is his third gimmick. Again, he will have a counter and followed up with swarming larvae disaster. Now, similar to this is not the third gimmick, this is like the fourth. Similar to the second gimmick where a bunch of larvae come out, you will do something similar in this gimmick. But first you want to lead the targeted attack away, and then as soon as you see the nucleus pop out, that's when the larvae is going to appear. Again, you don't need to charge it all the way through because you'll have plenty of time. Just make sure that if you do happen to have time and you have the foresight of when the larva will come out, like right now, where I can just run up to it and start charging, then go for it, because the next few ones you're not gonna have much time to charge up. You can just tap it. Okay, so I fully charged that one, and that was 5. This larvae is coming at this direction, so I'm running towards it, and I try to hit it. I try to get in a bit of charge as much as I can, and I was able to take 2 out. I have a target on me now, but I need to focus on the larva because there's more coming out. So I charge up my offset again, fire, drop the target, and then wait for it to detonate, and then that will be my safe zone from this purple energy. Look at that, I went from 14 to 4 with just 3 larvae. So I basically do the same thing again, offset all the larvae that's coming in, and when I successfully do it, I get some free groggy. Do some much needed damage that I haven't been hitting. Okay, more attacks. By now you're following, you've gotten the cadence of his attacks down, but do be warned, he has some offset attacks that are pretty quick, just like that one. If you haven't memorized his patterns to the T, that's okay. If they're too quick, just step aside or stay away from him. He's gonna have the room divided into two areas. One is a purple energy, and then another has a red damage zone with a jump symbol. In this case, you want to stay here and avoid the attack by jumping, because this one will explode. We'll do it again on the other side, and then offset. Oh, not offset here. Here's another gimmick. You will have, I don't know what these are called, portals. There will be larvae that's gonna come out, and your goal is to offset them. Did you catch that? So this portal, or this hole, spewed out blue stuff. That is your signal that the larva will be coming out from this hole. And so it did, and I charged up my offset. The larva removal was 3, but I only needed 2, so I was able to put him down. And the offset, you see how quick that is. Again, you don't need to offset it if you can't catch it. He has 3 more portals. This one has the nucleus, so like the previous attacks, this one is gonna get the offset moment. Wait for it, and then offset, and then the others disappear. The purple energy was going towards the red energy, so the purple energy is going towards the red circle. So we want to stay in the purple energy first, wait for the red damage zone to explode, then we go inside as a safe zone from the purple energy exploding. This time the purple energy moved away from the boss, which means the purple energy is going to explode first, and then we avoid the red energy circle, the red circle. Offset. Nice. I think he has one more gimmick. Oh no, that's pretty much it. That was his last gimmick. After that, he's just gonna keep rotating and do his other ones. And that's pretty much it for Calamitas. Last but not least, we have the twin girls and snakes. Twin snakes? Labes, Ruina and Labes, but the main HP bar is Labes. Now the interaction here between these two is that Labes is the electric damage dealer, denoted by her area attacks being yellow, whereas Ruina will have this purple toxic area on her. And the gimmick here is you want the electrical fields that Labes causes to clear out the toxins that Ruina causes. So electric will clear out poison. I'm pretty sure that's a Pokemon reference. The first one, Labes will do 2 swipes, and you're basically trying to clear out as much of the poison field as you can. Here, I'm not too bothered by it, so I just awaken. Labes will just follow you, and then she will do the swipe right in front. You can also avoid getting damage over time from the poison by jumping over it. If you're not stepping on it, you're not taking damage. Labes will do some swipes. Wall wave is gonna be something you jump over, and then offset. And this is their first, not really a gimmick, but it's a pretty important pattern. Labes will be on the far right, and she will start to channel an electrical attack, whereas Ruina will be at the center and she will shoot out beams of poison. Your goal for this part is to go to the other side. And then you notice that as soon as the electricity has discharged, it's gotten rid of some of the poison that was in the way. Labes will now go to the left side and slightly point an electrical energy to a direction, further clearing out some more of the poison. And then that same pattern will happen again. Labes will start charging up her electric attack, and Ruina will start firing beams of laser pointed at you. Ideally, you want to stay here just before the electrical energy is released, so that way all the poison attack is aimed away from the safe zone. And some of the poison is cleared out. Labes will rush to the center and then go for the volt wave. If you happen to do the offset attack, much better. And it's gonna get rid of all the lingering poison. Labes will then go to the right, do 2 swipes, and then Ruina will cover the rest of the field with poison. So those swipes have cleared out some of it. There will also be 3 yellow circles on the left. This will be safe zones for the incoming poison attack. Toxin explosion is gonna cover this whole floor with poison except for the yellow circles. Now, almost always, I don't think it's ever changed in the many times that I've ran this world boss, but Labes will always appear at the center of the room. Oh, I'm sorry. She will toss one of her weapons at you. Ideally, you want to place it somewhere in the center of the room, so in this area, because in the next series of attacks, Labes will pop out in the center for an offset attack, and you don't want to be standing in the poison in front of her when you're charging up for an offset. Drop the target in the center so that this area will be cleansed of the poison. Go back to the center and it's gonna emanate charge around the weapon, but the center will still be safe. After that happens, Labes is gonna be again in the center, and she's going to start charging up, which is where you do your offset. If you manage to drop the weapon elsewhere, she will rush to the center to do that attack, I think. But I've never gone far enough to test that theory, so I could be wrong. Feel the creeping energy of the disease. This is one of their another one of their major gimmicks. This one is called Toxin Charge. They will join together in the middle. There will be an offset, and her weapons will be at either side. Your goal is to do the offset so you're not attacked by them, because this space is pretty huge and it's pretty difficult to avoid it if you don't have means of dodging it. Offsetting it would be the go-to move here. And then your goal is to stay at one of these electric weapons, have the bar fill up, and you will have an electric circle on your character. This will allow you to step outside of the safe zone and into the poison zone, and your goal is to stay on top of these poison orbs until they get discharged and it will get lodged into the bosses. Since I'm running solo, I have to do this 7 times. This gimmick will run a second time within a short span, so I'll be able to get about 4 or 5 before I have to offset again, step on the sword, get the energy circle, and then discharge these orbs again. So that's 4, 3 left. And then after a while, my electric circle will disappear, and then I have to offset them again. Offsetting them will also produce the electric weapons that will give us the electric circle. So now it's even more important to offset them. The weapons will land at either side of the boss. Let's go ahead and get the energy circle. Let's transform these orbs. And then DPS. This is a pretty hefty groggy, so if you have been waiting for a window to unload your awakening, this would be the time to do it. Okay, this time there will be 2 electric circles, and you will have a red target on your character. Now these circles are similar to the circles in that one Legion dungeon with the secret forest or something like that. But anyway, it's the inside of these circles that will be the safe zone. But which one will appear is determined by which circle will flash first. So notice that these 2 circles are a little dull. They're still shimmering, and this red circle is still onto you. Now you'll notice that this circle is much more sparkly compared to this circle. That's your cue to step inside this circle, and at the same time you leave this red target away from the circle, because this red circle will have the poison. After you're no longer being targeted, poison will be there. Step inside the shiny electric circle, and as soon as a circle touches the electric circle, it will flash everything outside of this circle, and it will deal damage but also clear out any poison. And then you just do it again. You want to leave the red circle away from your safe zone here, because it will be a poison spot. Go inside, flash, and then poison will be cleared out. So now this will be a fixed pattern. Again, you want to stay inside this electric circle, and it will do a series of flashes, all while dodging these attacks and the purple zone, the poison zones. And don't worry, the flashes will also clear most of the purple gunk. So in the case where the poison is in your way, you can jump over it, because the circle will not flash for another few seconds. Just like so. That's another one. And as soon as the poison has been cleared out, you want to move to the left, because there will be another offset attack. This electric circle will drop first, but you want to make sure that you're also in range for the offset. And on top of that, you want to stay inside this flash this circle because it's gonna flash all around. If you're not too quick with the timings, don't worry, I got an easy answer for you. You just wait for the offset and hit it right away. It will disable everything. You don't need to worry about this yellow circle, don't need to worry about this circle, just offset it. Okay, now we have another gimmick involving yellow circles, but this time you have a yellow target and a big red circle. Your goal is, again, to stay inside this electric circle before the flash comes, but also you want to drop this electric circle here to the right of this electric circle, because what's going to happen is there will be incoming waves of toxin that's going to come from the right, and you're going to use this electric circle on the floor to stop it from coming to you. It's kind of like earlier where there were 3 little yellow circles that prevented the toxins from spreading. This is just like that. And while you're safe, you want to damage the bosses because hitting them will reduce the size of this incoming red circle. You can see it's shrinking, and also because of this yellow circle on the floor, it will prevent this incoming wave of toxins to reach you. And then the flash comes and then you can step aside. So you will do this one more time. Again, you want to put it right in front to the right of the floating circle. You can also DPS Ruina to shrink the size. Comes the flash, and that's it. This one looks a little overwhelming, but you can easily avoid it. These electrical beams will stay there for a good couple of seconds. Your goal is to avoid this red fan. This will drop a pool of poison, and you basically want to aim this poison where the electrical discharge is gonna be, because that is what's going to clear the poison. And it's gonna do it a few times. You're basically creating a safe zone for yourself. And here's a big yellow circle on the floor with an offset marker. Stand in front of it and you clear all the poison and everything in the vicinity. For their final gimmick, this one is called Calamity Arrives. This will be, they will use a mix of those electrical lasers, the floating electric circle, and you will have these large poison orbs that's going to come towards the boss. You want to avoid the orbs from ever touching the boss, or else they're going to explode. This counter is signifying that this is the amount of orbs that can, basically the limit. This counter is counting how many orbs that you have destroyed. The lasers will home in on you when it is dark like this, and as soon as it lights up, it's gonna stay at that fixed point. So your goal is to aim these lasers onto the orbs. These orbs can be destroyed with 2 hits from the laser. But sometimes you can have both get hit at the same time. Now, while all of this is happening, you will have attacks coming in on the floor, and you will also have to stay inside the electric circle. The flash from the electric circle will also damage these orbs, but it will not do as much damage as these lasers. So these lasers are still your primary goal of getting rid of these orbs. The flash will get rid of the poison from the floor. So again, focus these beams on the orbs. I don't think I get to clear this gimmick, but basically after you've cleared it, then you get rewarded with a hefty gimmick. 5 seconds left on the clock, and then the gimmick rotates again. So that's Labes, and with that, those are currently the 3 world bosses that we are dealing with right now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this world tour. It's your boy Kaizen, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.